Let's take just a minute to talk about how to remember how many days are in each month. The first is just to memorize which months have 30 days and which months have 31 days. Here is a list of the months that have 30 days. Here is a list of the months that have 31 days. And there's an exception. February has only 28, and in leap year, 29 days. Okay? We don't typically use leap year for our class, so you can remember it as having 28 days. I don't tend to use this method that often. Okay? I tend to use either method 2 or method 3. Method 2 is a poem, and it's a poem that I actually had to memorize when I was in grade school, and it says 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except February, which has 28, and in leap year, 29. So you could remember that poem, and each time you get to a month, you could go through, and in the beginning sentence, you could find out. So let's say, for example, you wanted to know how many days there were in March. I just typically have to say that first sentence. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Well, March isn't in that group, so it has 31 days. What if I wanted to find out about November? Again, I go through that first sentence. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Okay, that one's got 30 days. So just as an example. I tend to use the poem, again, because I had to memorize it as a kid. Another method that I tend to use is this method that's in your book on how to use your knuckles. If you start at the high point of your knuckle, all the way here, here's January at the top, February in a valley, March at the top, April in the valley, May on top of your knuckle, June in the middle in the valley, July on top of your knuckle. Every time you're on the top, those are 31 days. And when you fall in a valley, those are lower days, so 30 days. And we just remember the exception. Okay? To get, after you go January, February, March, April, May, June, July, you end on July, okay? Not working with our thumb area. Start up here with August, September, October, November, December. And so every time you hit a high point, you're at 31 days, and all the lower ones are 30. The one that's the exception is February for 28 days. So you can use your knuckles when you're in the middle of a problem. So again, if we wanted to look at March or November, we could use our knuckles and just start here. January, February, March. March is at the high point of a knuckle, so that's 31 days. For November, we could keep counting. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Back here to the top, August, September, October, November falls in a valley. That's 30 days. Something to notice is that July and August are the only back-to-back 31-day months. Everything else alternates. High, low, high, low. So January 31 days, February lower. March 31 days, April lower. May 31 days, June lower. So that's another method that I tend to use. You can pick the one that you like best.